anyone that knows me pretty much at all or has ever read my book knows I am a huge sports fan. And while it's not my number one sport, I am a hockey fan, and the absolute best hockey player, in my opinion, Wayne Gretzky. There's some others that, Gordie Howe, there's some others that are definitely up there, but Wayne Gretzky is definitely one of my all-time favorites. Now, there's a couple things that Wayne said. He's actually got a lot of really great quotes. You ever want to look up some really great sports quotes, look up quotes by Wayne Gretzky. But there was a couple that I happened to come across this last week that really struck me, and that they could really relate to people's retirement. So we're going to talk about that real quick. First, if you don't already have a copy of my book, you hear me say it over and over: Safe Money Retirement, Your Game Plan for Success. You need your own copy. We will send you a copy absolutely free, no charge, no obligation. It's how we help educate people in the United States about what their options really are. You can get your free copy on our website, safemoneyretirement.com, or call us 833-413-SAFE. Now, Wayne Gretzky. How can one of the greatest players of all time have anything to do with retirement? One of the quotes that he had, and some of y'all that are big fans of him probably already know where I'm going with this. He said, "I skate to where the puck is going to be, not where it has been." Okay, well, how can that relate to retirement? What he's saying is he's not looking at where things are right now. He's looking at where they're going to be. And this is one of the things that I really work with my clients on, is really trying to look forward and think forward 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20, 25, 30. Look forward and make sure you're going to have enough guaranteed income then to cover whatever your expenses are then. Skate to where the puck is going to be, not where it has been. Another variation of that is, he said, a good hockey player plays where the puck is. A great hockey player plays where the puck is going to be. Let's make sure you are a great player in your retirement. So again, what am I talking about? So we've got to make sure that you are taken care of where you are. So let's say where you are is at retirement. We've got to make sure that we've got enough income for you at retirement. That's number one. That's the baseline. That's what we've got to make sure that we've got taken care of. That's your guaranteed income. You know you can walk away from work, be happy, because you don't have to worry about bills or anything. Everything's taken care of for you and your wife. But what we've got to do is we've got to look where the puck's going to be. Where's the puck going to be in 5 years, 10 years, 20, 30, 40 maybe for some of you? We've got to make sure that you have got income that can continue to grow and turn on later in the future. We got to make sure that you've got multiples of those that you can turn on later and in the future, to make sure wherever the puck goes that you can go there. Inflation goes up again. Okay, well, we can turn on some money and we can counter that inflation. Something happens, to whatever, you need some extra money, you've got health issues, you've got family you need to take care of. We've got to make sure that you've got the money that you need. And that's one of the big reasons that I preach to people, that philosophical change. I've heard me talk about it over and over, between the acquisition phase, which is what we're in our entire life. Let's gather as much money as we possibly can in stocks and bonds and all this stuff, which is great. Let's do that. But when you make the transition to retirement, that's when that mindset needs to change from acquisition to distribution. Because it's a totally different ballgame when you're in retirement, because you don't still have income coming in from a job that's going to, be able to overcome if there's a major market event or if there's a collapse in the market. What's going to happen? So we need to make sure that you're prepared. Again, where is the puck going to be? Well, if we can see that, inflation is on average right here, we can kind of plan for that. But the thing is, we don't know exactly where inflation is going to be. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. So trying to make the best plan that you can, trying to plan for where the puck's going to be 10, 20, 30 years from now can be challenging, which is why I all the time preach you need to have other plans that can continue to grow, and the income can continue to grow basically as long as you need it to until you turn it on. And you know what? There's some plans that even after you turn on the income, it can still continue to grow, either on a guaranteed basis or on a basis based on when the market's up, the income can go up. When the market's down, it can't go down. That's something that we can talk about individually. But what you need to do is you need to make sure that you're thinking out far enough, that you're not narrowing in on, okay, well, I'm going to be good. Say you're 65 right now. Oh, well, I'm good. I've got a plan. I'm definitely good till I'm 80. Okay, that's great. I have clients come in and tell me all the time, oh, well, my current financial advisor gave me this plan, and it shows that, there's a 97% chance I'm going to be fine until I'm 86. Okay, that's great. Well, what happens if you live to 92? What happens if you live to 96? What are you going to do those last 10 years? You're going to live with your son-in-law you can't stand, or, whatever. We want to make sure, again, we're looking at where the puck's going to be. Puck's going to be over there in 20 years, in 30 years, in 40 years. Let's plan for that. Let's make sure you've got enough income now. Let's make sure you're going to have extra income you can turn on in the future when you need it. And let's make sure you've got growth plans that don't have any losses if there's a major market event once you've made that transition from acquisition to distribution. Because again, that's what can get you into that death spiral, is when you start taking withdrawals from an account, when at the same time it's going down. That's what happened to my father. For those of you that have read my book, you know the story of what happened to my father. He lost over 75% of his retirement in 4 years. His first 4 years of retirement, he went back to work. For over a decade, actually, he went back to work. So let's make sure that doesn't happen to you. Let's listen to the great one. Let's skate to where the puck is going to be, not where it's been. Let's plan ahead 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Let's make sure that in the future, your retirement can be as happy as it can be.
The preceding information does not represent tax, legal, or investment advice. Surrender charges apply to base contracts. Optional lifetime income benefit riders are used to calculate lifetime payments only and are not available for cash surrender or in a death benefit unless specified in the annuity contract. Fees may apply. Guarantees are based on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the insurance company. No information presented today should be acted upon without meeting with a qualified and licensed professional. Obviously, by calling us now, you are just taking the first step towards protecting your retirement. It's important that you read all insurance contract disclosures carefully before making a purchase decision. Rates and returns mentioned on this program are subject to change without notice.